Republican Senator Kevin Cramer, while visiting Ottawa recently, said, "I'm here to encourage Canadians to take another look and give us another chance." Friends, let me ask you, are you going to give the United States another chance? I'm Steve Sandford. You're watching Dominion Report. American politicians all around are begging for Canadian tourists to return. They're trying to patch up the relationship between our two countries in the wake of the damage done by Donald Trump, in an attempt to regain the tourism dollars that they are losing. A few weeks back, as part of a $5 million advertising effort to lure Canadians back to visit his state, California Governor Gavin Newsom said in a video, "Sure, you know who is trying to stir things up back in DC, but don't let that ruin your beach plans." Adding that California is over 2,000 miles from Washington and a world away in mindset. Okay, Gavin. More recently, 5 U.S. senators visited Ottawa to meet with Prime Minister Carney over the weekend. During the visit, Democrat Senator Tim Kaine said, "Bookings of Canadians to come to Virginia Beach are down significantly." He also said that we are aware, because we all have great friends in Canada, that there was a lot of anxiety about, well, gosh, what do Americans think of us? Gee, Tim Kaine, can you guess? Let's just review a few of the things that have been said recently by your president. Canada is one of the nastiest countries. Really? Really, Donald Trump? You're calling us nasty, so you hate us as much as you hate Hillary? Here's another doozy. The United States can't continue to subsidize a country for $200 billion a year. You don't, Donald. Perhaps you should watch the video I made explaining exactly what a dim-witted lie that actually is. I'll put the link below in the comments, just for you. How about this one? Canada only works as a state. Right. Or this one. If you look at a map, they drew an artificial line right through it between Canada and the US. So our border, the largest undefended border in the world, is artificial? Hey, Donald, get stuffed. We Canadians are polite, but that doesn't mean we are weak. For over 2 centuries, we have been the United States' neighbor, friend, and supporter. We have been each other's biggest trading partners. We've gone to war with them. We've sent rescue, support, and firefighting teams dozens of times after natural disasters. And we have spent many billions of our dollars as tourists in the United States. Population-wise, we are much, much smaller than the United States. We in Canada are a small and diversified country. But being right next door, we have been overexposed to American culture, TV, news, music, movies, etc. But despite our small size and despite our diversity, one of our biggest identifying cultural features that we as Canadians all share is that we aren't American. Trump is an unserious person that needs to be taken seriously. He says ridiculous, outrageous things all of the time, and most of the time, those things can be brushed off. But when he says the same ridiculous thing over and over, and when he repeats it many times, that's different. He does that to convince people, or at least some people, that what he is saying is valid or true. And we've seen that a fair number of those people end up believing it. As Canadians, we know what he's doing. And as Canadians, we have responded. Not with policy or government directive, although that has happened in the form of retaliatory tariffs and other things. I'm talking about an organic effort led by Canadian citizens to stop buying American products, stop shopping at American retailers, and especially to stop spending our tourist dollars in the United States. Canadian trips to the United States in March of this year were 24% down compared to March of last year. This represents nearly 1 million fewer Canadian visitors. Estimates put the revenue lost to the United States somewhere near $1 billion in a single month. Some of the numbers for April have already been released. Canadian vehicle traffic alone is down by 35% compared to last year. And for Americans, May, June, and July, it's going to get worse. Folks, it's working. How do we know that it's working? Well, we know because we see their politicians begging us to return. And it's not going to be that easy. Even if Americans can right their ship and save their country from fascism, which, let's be honest, it's still an open question, it will take a long time for Canadians to trust the United States again. I personally can share a story. I was scheduled to travel to New York this September. I've never been to New York. It's always been on my bucket list. Plus, I was going for a major sporting event. And I don't mean as a spectator, I mean as a competitor. And I was very much looking forward to this as a trip of a lifetime. Our team canceled. We're not going. Not a single member of our team hesitated to cancel this trip. And this is a trip that we have been planning and training for over a year. How about you? Have you changed your spending habits? Have you revised your vacation or travel plans? Let me know in the comments below. And do subscribe for more straight talk on issues important to Canadians. In the meantime, stay calm, stay strong, and elbows up.